Hello there, beer fans. I have Moment of Patience. This is the first time they've made this beer. It's Treehouse's Moment of Clarity Stout, blended with some barrel aged beer. Yeah, it's a blend of fresh milk stout and a small portion of its barrel aged counterpart from our vast bourbon cellar. But Moment of Clarity, it's their chocolate, coffee, and maple syrup beer. So this is just got a little bit of barrel aged milk stout in there, and they fill the glasses so full that you always get this on your hand. I'm just gonna lick it off. Sorry, because it is dark. I'm gonna spill. And I'm gonna stain. All right, so here we go. Haven't had this one yet. It's 8.2% alcohol. They just released it, less than a month ago. Very dark head. The regular version is like 7.7, so it just bumps it up a little bit from the barrel-aged beer. There you go. Head's sticking around pretty well. Yep, it's definitely lower on the maple notes than when it's fresher. Or I guess this is fresh beer than blended with aged beer, but yeah, it's got bourbon. It's not like they're skimping on the barrel aged beer. Or at least the barrel aged beer is very robust. A little bit of booze in there, but yeah, it's bourbon maple candies. That's basically it. definitely chocolatey too, dark chocolate sort of thing. The coffee is almost lost. There's some roastiness in there, but there's a lot going on, and I guess there's lactose, which should make it sweeter, but lactose doesn't really smell like anything. But the bourbon isn't too strong. It's not smelling hot and scary. You definitely get the other flavorings. In some ways, it seems less sweet. And the chocolate comes in the finish pretty nicely. But yeah, it's. Ooh, and there's a little bit of a smokiness and bourbon thing coming in. Yeah, the coffee and the bourbon kind of linger, and it works pretty well, actually. It tastes good. The feel isn't like massive thick. It is only 8.2% alcohol, but it seems like there's like it got fermented more or something. I don't know, something. And this one doesn't come across as thick and sweet as just pure unaged Treehouse milk stouts. Maybe that's just the bourbon effect. I don't know, but it seems almost a little bit more balanced. Yeah, it's not all out pastry stout. There's still the lactose does make a lingering sweetness happen, but it's not hurting my teeth, at least not yet. Yeah, I'm kind of missing a thicker body, honestly, but it is something that people who are against super sweet stouts, especially flavored ones, might like. And it's quite drinkable. I'm downing it. And the bourbon's adding, like, it's almost like a fruity character, I feel like. It's like dark fruits, Fig Newton or something like that. Along with just that ineffable bourbon quality. Like, bourbon has a vanilla oak and a char type thing to it, but there's also just like that bourbon flavor besides all that, just the combination of it. I'm definitely tasting that in here. And maybe it's a little bit fruity, I don't know. Excuse me. Yeah, it's not like cherry. It's not like acidic dark fruits. It's not like plum or anything, but like sweet dried dark fruits. Even though it doesn't come across as super sweet, it's still pretty sticky. I'm sure this is still very high in the calories, um, but it's pretty good. It's just well balanced. The bourbon barrel aging makes it more drinkable and not as much like, oh, this is hard to finish because it's so sweet. Um, Maybe I should try to get this warmed up a little bit. The flavorings have mellowed out though, or at they are mellowed out by the addition of the bourbon barrel aged beer. So if you want punch in the face of maple syrup, coffee, chocolate, this is not it. I would say if you want a maple stout, just get your own good maple syrup, put it in the bottom glass, pour it hard. Like with these kinds of beers, they're almost never fermenting it with the maple syrup. Um, so they're just dumping in some maple syrup at the end, and you can do that. Anyone, if you want to make a maple beer, that's why I usually don't buy maple stouts often because they're really sweet, and I have my own maple syrup at home. But at home, you can't really age the beer on chocolate um, and stuff like that. It's very nice. I guess it's just somewhere between a classier barrel aged thing and also a less classy sweet pastry stout. But it's not really blowing my mind. Um, but quite complex and very drinkable, clean, well done. So 4 point. I don't know. I hate giving ratings. This just seems random to me. But sure, 4.3 or whatever. Bye.